First Big Ten season, how are you feeling going into the start of conference play?
Yeah, I'm excited. Obviously, it's new for me too. I've played college seasons before, but never in the Big Ten, so I'm super excited. I mean, I know that it's going to be very competitive, and I really look forward to those high-level matches, so I'm super excited.
From the outside, what was your perception of the Big Ten from the outside watching the play?
Yeah, I mean, I've played a few of the Big Ten teams before in previous seasons, and I think just the level is so consistent across the board. I think that's the biggest thing that stood out to me is it doesn't matter what team you're playing, you're going to get a fight. So I think that's really special to have in a conference as a whole.
You and the team have both gotten in a pretty good offensive rhythm lately, over 300 as a team in the last 4 sets. What has been working for you guys offensively as you've kind of gone through the season here?
Yeah, I think we're just continuing to gel a little bit every single day, and I think that's kind of what you're seeing out there. I know Bergen's doing a really great job, but as a team, we're just communicating a lot with her. Whatever we need or whatever she needs from us, we're communicating about it, and I think that's what's helping us the most is just having that open communication going both ways of what both parties need, and I think that's what's helping us a ton.
You got the Big Ten Player of the Week too. I mean, how'd you find out about that, and what does that mean to you?
We actually had an off day that day, so I found out from Instagram just because we weren't here, we weren't around, but I don't know, it was really, really special, and I think, like I said, me and Bergen have been working a lot on our connection, and so to see it kind of starting to pay off was really, really cool. But I mean, got a whole Big Ten and postseason ahead of us, so we're just looking forward to that, but it's a big honor for sure.
How big was Stanford as a measuring stick and just to keep things moving?
Yeah, I think it was a very big confidence booster for us, just kind of going into Big Ten of like, oh shoot, we are a really good team. You know, I think it was a great win for us to have under our belt, and it was a super fun match. They played great, so I thought it was really cool for us to go into their home arena and to win in 4. It was a tough battle there at the end, but I thought it was really good for us because, like I said, we're learning things about ourselves every single match, and so we learned things from that match, and we're able to work on it the next week in practice. So super cool for us, and we were really excited about that win.
Any specific takeaways from that win that surprised you?
I would just say we're continuing to figure out how gritty of a team we are, and I think that was one of the first big tests that we had of kind of like, okay, how are we going to respond when we lose that 3rd set match to a really good team? And so I think that would be the biggest thing for sure.
You talked about the Long Beach match when you changed your approach angle, and you mentioned communication. Has that been the key to kind of increase your offensive productivity?
Yeah, it's helped me a ton. I think it's just way more comfortable for me from coming in at that angle, and then I've also been working on playing free and kind of figuring out what that means for me and not putting a ton of pressure on myself, and so I think that's a big change that you're seeing as well.
Where was that pressure coming from? Was that just
I'm a very perfectionist kind of person, so I tend to put a lot of pressure on myself that's not needed, and so I was open with Coach about it, and I was like, look, this is what I'm dealing with right now, and he's been helping me through it. I've been meeting with Brett, our sports psychologist, but it's definitely internal, which is something that I'm working on, but yeah.
What do you know about Ohio State?
I know Emily Londot's a great player. I've never played them. Today in practice we worked a lot on Emily Londot and Riley Rader, so I'm assuming that those are their 2 key players, but you know, they're a great team and they've done a lot of really good things the last few years, so we're going in there like it's a national championship match the same way we're approaching every single match.
What's the key when you face a team that is so heavily reliant on one player, almost 5 kills a game for Londot?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to respect every single player because ultimately they're playing at a Big Ten school. So one kid that could go off that night and you never know who that kid's going to be that night. And so you have to give a lot of respect to everyone on the court. But I think for us it'll just be a lot of how we prepare for that match and how we prepare for her specifically. It's kind of I would say the difference between it.
Final questions?
How proud are you when to see some of your teammates come in with, like Maisie come in,
Yeah.
or Allie step in, or even Kennedy with their changing role too? How proud are you to see them kind of step in and fill the roles as needed on this team?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time, being game changers, and you never know when your name's going to get called, and roles can change from day to day, whether that's due to injuries or anything else, and so we talk about being ready whenever it's your chance, and so I was extremely proud of all 3 of them. I think they all came in and did exactly what they were supposed to do, but they all practiced like that day in and day out, so I wasn't really surprised by how they came in and played because they do that every single day in practice. So I was just very happy for them, happy that they got a chance to show Husker Nation what they do in the gym every single day.
All right, thank you, Merritt.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The fly! I was like, get away!